Well, now to the simmering hostility between Israel and militants in Gaza, as that has taken a sudden and violent turn. Militants in Gaza have launched hundreds of rockets into Israel in the last 24 hours, and Israel has responded with airstrikes. Civilians on both sides have died. It is an escalation in a conflict that had appeared to have calmed down in the last several years. And for the latest, we turn to freelance journalist Rebecca Collard in Beirut.
This is the deadliest violence between Israelis and Palestinians since 2014, when Israel and Hamas fought a deadly war that left more than 2,000 Palestinians and more than 70 Israelis dead. This latest upspike in tit-for-tat violence started on Friday when Gazans held what is now a weekly protest in the Gaza Strip along the frontier with Israel. They're protesting the conditions in the blockaded territory, but also what they call their right of return, the desire to return to the villages of their ancestors inside what is now Israel. These weekly protests have often resulted in clashes and violence, but this is clearly the worst upstick we've seen in many months, if not many years. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu essentially pledged today that the assault on the Gaza Strip will continue after Palestinians fired a barrage of rockets into Israel overnight. And the death toll is rising. At least 8 Palestinians have been killed and at least 3 Israeli civilians. These are the first Israeli civilian casualties from Palestinian rockets since 2014, putting in perspective exactly how significant this latest upspike is. And so far, there's no talk of a truce or ceasefire. Often upspikes in violence like this end relatively quickly with some sort of an agreement that provides at least a lull in the fighting. But even that, it won't put an end to this cycle of violence. It's been more than 25 years since Israeli and Palestinian leaders signed the Oslo Peace Accords. Now, those accords promised a Palestinian state and a negotiated peaceful solution to the conflict within 5 years. But it's been more than 2.5 decades. And for many Palestinians and many Israelis, that peace is seeming less and less attainable.